Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And look what's trending today, Star Wars The High Republic, which in my opinion is everything wrong with Disney Star Wars all in one place.
Yes, this Project Luminous is basically shedding a light on everything that we keep saying is wrong. They're just gonna double down on the stupidity.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that, our reaction to this this big thing, which looks to me like a Hail Mary pass by Kathleen Kennedy to leave a legacy, I guess, with her version of Star Wars. It is Star Wars by committee. It's a very corporate Star Wars. It doesn't feel like something George would do organically.
The first guy you talk to is this James, how you ever say his last name?
Wow.
He's the VP franchise content and strategy. So he's about how to make the content to strategize to go and sell stuff. It's all about, it's like VP of this and VP of that sounds more to do with selling shit than it does with actually telling stories people want to hear. That
is Disney Star Wars in a nutshell. Right now, Disney Star Wars is about selling shit and not telling stories. So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. We're closing in on 100,000 subs. We're like 4,000 away. It's been crazy, but we appreciate the support.
Woo!
Definitely. So this dropped last night, and we were in no hurry to cover it.
We just didn't care.
Because who gives a shit, right? This is Project Luminous. They've been talking about for a while. This is supposed to be the future of Star Wars.
The luminous beings are we.
Luminous beings are we. At least it's not like, I was thinking they were going to go all Ben 10. It was going to be like, Rey has all the Jedi ghosts inside of her, and she can just summon them from somewhere.
Oh, I didn't think they'd go that way. I figured they'd go to something else, but now we're in the High Republic.
Oh my god. So this is going to piss people off, and we're going to talk about all, because this is really going to... So they basically torched the expanded universe.
But we already did.
Yeah, they did. But when Disney bought it, they torched the expanded universe, and that meant that the Knights of the Old Republic series is gone.
Yeah.
So instead of bringing that back or building on that, they're going to start over again, but they're going to time shift everything up a couple of 100 years to just 200 years before the Phantom Menace.
Right.
But it's the same basic thing.
So basically, they're going like, we're so glad the Star Wars saga is over so we can just go and make up all our own shit. That's basically what this is about. That is literally
what the video was. It was like, I mean, everything wrong with Disney Star Wars. The first person who opens his mouth is a Disney executive talking about brand synergy. They're talking about how they're glad they're not tethered basically to the Skywalker saga anymore, and they have a room full of cooks. Too many cooks in the kitchen. If you look at this video here, they've got all these people sitting around a table on a whiteboard with bullet points, trying to figure out what to do with Star Wars.
Right.
Next.
So everything we've said is the problem, because everything feels like it's by committee, and that's what they go back down to do. I mean, you can't make this up.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, literally. But then meanwhile, we have Filoni and Favreau kind of off on their own telling a story with The Mandalorian, but they can't leave that alone either. They have to milk that too with the Baby Yoda stuff, whatever. I don't think The Mandalorian was designed to be a hit. I think The Mandalorian was designed to be kind of a temporary, let's get some Star Wars up, let's let these guys have a chance and do a little show or whatever on Star Wars, whatever. I don't think it was designed, it didn't feel like it was as corporate mandated as this is.
No, and that's what everybody loved about the original Star Wars, was it was a good story first, and it happened to have that stuff in it. And we keep mentioning over and over again, you need to make sure story is first. Story first. That's important, and we'll bring that up again later, but I'm not getting that with this.
I'm not. This feels very corporate. It feels very, very cold.
Look, we're all broom kids.
They're all broom kids. That's basically what this is, right? They're all broom kids. And
these young Jedis, because we had that in the Young Jedi Knight series, in the expanded universe, that you completely destroyed.
That's what's gonna piss off, I think, a lot of old school Star Wars fans, is that we basically did this already. It was organic.
It was done well.
It was done
good.
well. We had characters that were fleshed out from the Old Republic series, Young Jedi series, and we're just doing that again, but we're putting the Disney rinse on it.
Right.
And the Disney rinse is, let's make sure that we hit all of the bullet points, which they literally have on a whiteboard.
Yeah, are you gonna show everybody this?
Yeah, this was sent to me by Zan Zoltan on Twitter. Thanks for that. Everything flashed by so quickly, I didn't really have a chance to see. I was just like, oh my god, it's a bunch of people writing on a whiteboard. Okay, so these are their bullet points that this room full of corporate writers wants to hit. And their number 3, ahead of actual ending feelings and relatable characters, is diversity.
Exactly. So, and surprise, here's the thing we keep saying. I have absolutely no problem with diversity being in anything. The Star Wars itself was diverse. It's always been diverse. It's not like you just invented it yesterday. It's always been diverse. And here's the next thing. It's all kinds of alien. So now you're going to shove human diversity into aliens, is what you're going to do. They already are diverse because they're not human.
That's Star Trek.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. So number 3 on the board. Number 1 is authentically lived, and number 2 is surprise. Number 3 is diversity, ahead of an actual ending, ahead of feeling, ahead of relatable characters, ahead of like good damn storytelling is diversity. And here's what I've been talking about this. Oh my God, I can't even. You need to make a good story first that happens to be diverse. Not diversity is the key. You push it, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Guaranteed.
Diversity is above actual ending. Diversity is above feelings. Diversity is above relatable characters. Diversity is above sweeping and epic. And over here on the Star Wars wishes, now dinosaurs.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
Dinosaurs trump representation and diversity.
And university. Star Wars wishes. University. We mean the Jedi Academy?
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Rival houses.
They're going to Harry Potter this sucker.
They are. This is ridiculous. No single main character. Not pro-war.
Star Wars is not. Well, when that part of time, it probably wouldn't have been because it was the Jedi.
Well,
that actually makes sense.
So the whole plot of this is what gets me too. It's like, would you make up your freaking minds what you guys are trying to say with Star Wars?
Oh wait, no single main character.
No single main character. Because we want you to love all the characters, so you buy all the books from all 19 different publishers.
Let's just clarify. What Project Luminosity is a shit ton of books and comics with all these stories in them. That's what it is.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be something like Shadows of the Empire, which had a story. Mm-hmm. It introduced some new main characters. We got Dash Rendar out of it. We got Zizor out of it. But it was a book. It was a comic book series. Now, for those of you who don't remember, go Google it. It was back in the 90s. A book, a comic book series, and a video game. Mm-hmm. And it all worked well together, but it wasn't like, this thing is going to be a bunch of books, a bunch of comic books spread out amongst like 19 different publishers.
I sent you a picture.
Okay, maybe not 19, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different publishers. Mm-hmm. Like, how the hell is this gonna work?
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is. It's just like, we're gonna scattershot all over the publishers. It's gonna be huge. The thing is, as we keep saying, what have we said that was been wrong with Star Wars lately is, one, they're pushing diversity over storytelling.
Yeah.
Over good storytelling. When they could have had a good story that happened to be diverse and it would have been epic, and they didn't do it. Two, they're, instead of actually giving you explanations in the movie, they're instead making you read comics and books. Most people don't have time to read comics and books, so they're already limiting their audience massively.
I'm just like sitting here thinking that, after the guy goes on about, brand synergy and all that, he also talks about this being an incubator for ideas. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is so corporate. George Lucas would be having a shit fit about this, because we had the expanded universe and we had people doing different things and telling stories or whatever, but it never felt like this. It never felt like it was, we had a boardroom meeting and these are the bullet points we have to hit with Star Wars.
I felt that since Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, what do people like? Let's go, boom, boom, boom. And the Rise of Skywalker, same thing. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, I don't like The Last Jedi, but I'll give them credit for at least trying something different, even though it did not work and it sucked like crazy. But, the thing with George Lucas was, people like, well, pushing merchandise so did the original Star Wars. Yes, but the difference was George Lucas put story over that. And he wanted to push the envelope. He wanted to see what new things can we do? What characters can we develop? What kind of, cool, machines can we develop? How can we make new things and make it exciting and fresh? And then we went to Disney Star Wars and it was just, what things people like, how can we rehash it? That was the difference. New and fresh, and we get that with Mandalorian, over what can we rehash?
Yeah, this is going to be a shit show. And again, people like, look, it might do well, but this actually reminds me of what they're doing in China. Where they're basically creating a bunch of YA novels featuring new characters and trying to get people on board with Star Wars. This is like, let's make all these books for young readers, because they have young reader books coming out and comic books coming out, and they're all different, again, scattershot, all different ages, everybody can be a Jedi because we have to build up the Star Wars brand. And instead of spending the money on the movies to do that, we're gonna just shit out a bunch of books.
That's right, because it's a heck of a lot cheaper to do that.
Yeah.
But you know what we're gonna do though is, why have one when you can have two?
Yeah. So again, this seems like a corporate mandate. But of course this probably happened before we knew that Baby Yoda was going to be a bit hit. But Ian McKeag, who's was a designer working on the Phantom Menace, if you look down here, and it's really hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in. If you look down in the corner of this one image, you see a young Yoda, a toddler Yoda. So we're going to have another Baby Yoda in. Or
was it designed for the first Baby Yoda? Do we know?
I don't know.
But anyway, all the media is running with it. Look, we're getting 2 Baby Yodas.
Yeah, this is...
What sells? Baby Yoda. If we stick Baby Yoda in this, it's going to be successful. Baby Yoda cereal, Baby Yoda for roll-ups, Baby Yoda Chia Pet, Baby Yoda the series.
Yeah, this is literally... Again, I mean, you couldn't make this up. This is everything wrong with Disney Star Wars all in one place, designed by committee, designed to make money over story, designed to hit bullet points.
Over story.
Scattershot because they don't know what people want, so they're just going to do everything. There's no focus. There's no. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess.
At least when you had the Skywalker saga, there was focus. You knew there was a storyline. It was focused. This is like, we're just going to see what people like, and then we're going to double down on that. Is what it's going to be. And I just.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of Star Wars books or comics, none of the names will be new to you. Yeah, they actually, these people are all from comics and graphic novels. They're coming together like Voltron to form a Star Wars beast.
They're coming together like Voltron.
Yes.
Do not drag Voltron into this.
Now, this is just crazy because they do. I saw some of the designs for the bad guys. And they do look like Mad Max. They don't look like Star Wars at all.
What's funny was you kept joking that it was like talking about how the Republic doesn't reach the edge of the galaxy, and you're like, are they going to build a wall? And like these bounty hunters, these are Jedi out there, in the West, like trying to patrol the border, like Texas Rangers, and you're like, are they going to build a wall?
Oh my God, that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like the Republic is already in decline. They're going to build a space wall to keep out the aliens, and then we're going to find out that the aliens aren't so bad after all.
And they should bring the wall down, let them in or something. I mean, damn well they're going to put our politics into it.
Yes.
They're already, and you can tell fantastic stories and be completely diverse, but the story has to come first. And what I'm worried, I don't care that they're making them diverse, even though I don't understand when it's already diverse, but whatever.
Why did it have to be a bullet point on a whiteboard?
I'm just like... I know. When I'm like, you stick diversity in it. It's like a no-brainer. Yeah, of course you're going to have diversity and representation in it. But what is going to make it a good story should be what they're worried about, and it's not what they were worried about. Oh my God.
So here's how it started. It started November 2014. With James Waugh, VP of Franchise Content and Strategy.
Basically, his job is how we're going to take our franchises, what content can we make to strategize them to make sure we make a lot of money on merchandising and everything else.
So they began to pitch a shared universe of books. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy urged him to be bold with the publishing and try new things. And he referred to it as an incubator. I think they're going to test the waters with this, see how it does, and then if some of those ideas are decent, they're going to try to make movies based in this era, because this is one era they haven't strip mined yet. They've done the Old Republic, which was like thousands of years ago, and that we know kind of, well, now, they've undone the expanded universe after the original trilogy, but they've never really poked around in that middle area there. But this is going to piss off people because they're like, where the hell is the expanded universe, fit into this? Because you guys had to torch the original expanded universe, which fleshed a lot of this out, and now you're going to replace it.
Well, I will give them credit for this. They actually have a somewhat diverse group of people here. It's not just all women, which anymore, when you say diversity, it just means all women. The very diverse writers' room, which is all women. So I'll give them that. I do see a lot of diversity here. So I will give them credit for that.
Yeah, so I was going to pull up this article here. They said many fans are jaded by the loss of so much EU to the legacy shift. They might be lured in to see what the writers can do in the new Star Wars universe. And a lot of people are already complaining about Knights of the Old Republic getting the boot in favor of this. So basically, Disney wanted to come in And again, this is very Disney. They wanted to come in and just torch everything that came before because either they didn't want the responsibility of having to continue more legacies, or they just wanted to redo everything in their own image, or whatever the deal was. This is not going to fix Star Wars.
No, it's not.
This is...
And I mean, as much as I love the books, and I always read the books myself, most people don't read the books. Most people have no idea what you're talking about when you say expanded universe. I mean, the majority of the audience that they would make money from aren't even going to go out and look at this.
Disney Star Wars books wind up at the dollar store. Piles
Which
and
I
piles
buy
of them.
at the dollar store.
Yeah, but the Disney ones, like ever since Disney took over publishing the Star Wars novels and stuff, you find them at the dollar store. You find piles of them at Ollie's.
There was just a thing in the last Ollie's flyer about all the Star Wars stuff coming. They were all books, graphic novels, and stuff like that were coming to Ollie's, and it was one of their big pushes for that week. Was all the Star Wars coming to Ollie's? I'm not kidding. And it was all books. I'm just saying.
It was all books. Yeah, nobody wants the shit. And the same with the comics. Like the comics now, it's I don't even consider those canon because it's they keep having these stupid little stories take place between the movies that retcons, the movies.
And you can't even keep track because what at least with the original EU, it was canon and it kind of all built on each other. Now it's like this part's canon, but this part's not canon. This comic's canon, but this comic's not canon. And you don't even know what's canon and what isn't half the time with the new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this is, to me, this strikes me as another Hail Mary pass. Like, they were already working on this. Kathleen Kennedy was already working on this. But this literally is everything wrong with Disney Star Wars that's by design.
They had been working on this for a while because it's 2020 and they started in 2014. They wouldn't have all these books and stuff ready to go if they weren't working on it for years. So this is all back before, they realized that, oh shit, the fans hate this stuff. And so, but they already are on it. So now they're going to do it because it's already done.
Yeah, there's nothing, it's already done.
It's going to start August, it says.
August, yeah.
August 25th. It's going to be, Phase 1 is the High Republic, Light of the Jedi. Phase 2 is already in the works. Oh wait, they don't even have it. Phase 2 is in the works with publishing partners beyond the ones in Phase 1.
Oh my god, how many cooks do we need in the kitchen? That's my thing. How many fucking cooks do you need in the kitchen for Star Wars?
I'm sorry, but if you wanted to save Star Wars, you should have spent the money and the time focusing on TV shows or movies or things that people are actually going to consume. People are going to read the books, they are, but not to the extent you need. Most people that are Star Wars fans don't even look at the books or comics.
Well, and that's pissing people off too, because what's going on with the books and the comics, because they're all into this brand synergy, is there are gaping plot holes in the movies.
They're right on purpose.
Yeah, that you have to go buy it's not even DLC. It's you have to pay to win at this point with Star Wars. If you want the whole story, you have to go buy all of Disney's books from their 19 different publishing partners.
Yeah.
I mean, this is strip mining. This is like...
And they're gonna write this stuff. They're gonna write and make these, and they're gonna write these stories and make to sell stuff. So you're gonna start seeing, oh look, Galaxy's Edge. It's the High Republic. It's the High Republic. They're gonna tie stuff from Batu into it. You know damn well they will.
Yeah,
Batu's been there for years.
Yeah, no, absolutely they're going to, because they want you to buy their theme park shit too. So this is not only is Star Wars dead, effectively murdered by Disney, but now they're selling off the damn organs. Star Wars is in a tub full of ice and it's had its kidneys ripped out.
Well, that, or they're trying to take no. See, to me, that's not what it is. What it is they're like this Frankenstein's monster. They're going out and harvesting things here and there and that to put together to make their giant monster a success, and it's Frankenstein's monster.
Well, that's what the sequel trilogy was. It was just it was like a Frankenstein monster of a trilogy.
I don't know if people are so excited about this because I don't think it's a good thing.
I don't think people are that excited about it. The shill media absolutely is thrilled because they're going to get all kinds of press releases and access and books. And,
all people care about is Baby Yoda.
Yeah, and they're getting another Baby Yoda they can milk for clicks, apparently.
Well, we don't know if it's another Baby Yoda, though. I mean, we don't know that. God. That little clip in the bottom doesn't tell us that for sure there's another Baby Yoda. And they're all running with it. There's another Baby Yoda. We don't know this. There's nothing said that there is.
Yeah, Disney Star Wars is just, it's done. It's done. You're kicking the body. You're kicking the body. You're taking a piss on it. You're dousing it in kerosene, lighting it on fire.
Well, no, because that would mean you're getting rid of it. They're not getting rid of it. They're somehow trying to reanimate it and make it, something different.
Well, I was going to say then they're taking that and they're going to turn it into fertilizer and plant a whole bunch of plants and maybe they'll get something usable.
Maybe one will grow big and then they can find a way to make that the focus and double down, triple down on it.
This is just, God, it's just ridiculous. And look, I get that they've always done books. They've always done.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they have.
And, you know, and I got back in this. I love Star Wars because of the books. Timothy Zahn books were amazing. If they were him, Timothy Zahn do some books, I'd probably be, you know, besides
I'm sure they
Ron,
will. They'll pull them into it.
I'm just.
But the expanded universe, frankly, it grew organically out of the role-playing game, out of the Zahn books, out of the early Dark Horse comics. It was an organic thing.
Well, people really, really wanted Star Wars because there was none.
Yeah.
So they really wanted whatever they could get because all we had was the original trilogy and that was it. And everybody just wanted more. And that's where they came from. And that was a different climate than it is now, where it is already oversaturated with stuff. And, you know...
Yeah, you can't.
There's a difference.
Like I said, you can't give the damn Star Wars books away. They're sitting in the literally the dollar store. Not even Ollie's. All the Star Wars books you want for $1 at Dollar Tree, and they're gonna pump out more books with characters people don't even know. Oh God. Yeah. And then we have a young reader version of it. You know, with kids and the robots and the young reader, and you know, now we've got the edgier version of it.
I kind of like those designs though.
Yeah, they're the bad guys. They look like Mad Max.
Bad guys are a lot more interesting.
I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. This is more of the same.
Yeah.
This is literally more of the same Disney Star Wars crap we've been getting in Marvel Comics and books for years, and I don't care.
And what's really sad to me, and it breaks my heart, I actually could cry about it, is I love Star Wars so much. Like, it was so important to me. Since I was a little kid, I loved it. I read you don't understand, like, every time a book came out, I was at Walden Books buying the book the day it came out, and in between studying classes, whatever, I was constantly reading these books. And that's all I did. I would literally get on the couch Saturday morning, stay up, you know, all through the night sometimes to read a Star Wars book. My mom can vouch for this. I loved it so much. It was important to me. And I can't even care now. And you don't understand, like, that. Like, people are like, you just want to hate on things. It's like, no, I don't want to hate this. Like, it breaks my heart that I do. It really is gut-wrenching to me that I do. I'm still going to stick with the classic Star Wars that I love, and I'm still going to, you know, support what I like. And maybe I'll pick up a book or two as something that interests me. But it actually makes me upset that I didn't even see The Rise of Skywalker because I couldn't bring myself to do it. It makes me upset. I can't explain it. I could cry because it was so important.
Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker was the first Star Wars movie, you know, I've never seen in the theaters.
Yeah.
Like I've completely run out of give a shit for Star Wars. They even came to the Dollar Theater and were like, we want to go check out the Dollar Theater. The kids didn't even want to go. They're like, no. So we didn't go.
No, and I'm really upset. And people are like, well, you just want to hate on things. It's like, no, we don't. We wanted to like it. We wanted it to be good. Like, you don't understand how much it just breaks my heart. And now I'm just watching them do this, and I'm hoping, and you know, at the back of my mind, I'm just hoping, please work, because then maybe we can get something good again. Thankfully, the Mandalorian's there, so at least we have that. But I know it's not going, as long as it's being run the way it is, it's never going to change.
Yeah, this is just it's desperation. I think at this point they're just desperately trying to figure out what to do with Star Wars. They don't know. But getting a corporate boardroom together to have make a corporate decision about, you know, the future of the Star Wars franchise from a corporate perspective and a brand management perspective.
I'm still loving the dinosaurs and the rival houses.
Oh my God, so random. These are like I can't even.
Well, even number 2, surprise, dinosaurs.
Oh my God, that's so random. People would never expect dinosaurs in Star Wars.
Oh my God, you know what they would love? Snakes on a spaceship.
Oh my God, snakes on a spaceship?
But we can't call them snakes. They gotta be something else. Like,
hissy fits. Hissy fits on a spaceship. That's my new thing. And then we're gonna make sure that there's all this hissy fits merchandise in the parks. It's synergy.
Right. It's right. It's gonna, you know, we're gonna make sure we hide some of these snakes in you know, the queues of the rides, and you can buy the plushies, and because that's what they look at. What are the cute animal things that we can merchandise before we even put this out? Let's make sure we make plushies, guys. It's just
like Star Wars then, right? Was George Lucas sitting in a chair telling you about his story. His story. He would tell you about his story, and now it's a boardroom full of people with a bunch of talking points on a whiteboard.
And this is why we cannot replicate the 80s no matter how much they try. No matter how many things they try to bring back, no matter how many things they try to, redo, reboot with a new spin on it, you can't replicate it, because what made it special was it was new and it was exciting, and it was about what envelopes can we push, how can we tell a new story that hasn't been heard before. And that was what made it special. That's why Star Wars in the 70s and 80s was special. And now basically it's just a rehash of everything anymore. That's all it is. Like what makes Jurassic Park good? Dinosaurs. What makes Harry Potter good? Rival houses. It's not about what can we do that's new and exciting.
Let's stick it to Universal. Can we get some fat plumbers in there too while we're
Make sure we have some diverse dinosaurs.
Oh my God.
You better make sure that dinosaurs are diverse.
Diverse dinosaurs. That is right. Some of those dinosaurs are going to have blue hair.
That's right. And they're going to be, and if you have any friends that are same gender, we have to set all these things up for shippers, because the shippers will buy our books. So.
That's probably on the board underneath this. Probably, shipping. We have to have shippable, diverse characters for everybody.
Nothing wrong with shipping, as long as you're not being crazy about it. And sadly, that usually ends up being the case. So it
just sounds like there's literally no story. It's just a bunch of bullet points on a board. And I'm sorry. I think
this was the brainstorming part at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
The board says tops.
Oh God, I don't know. I get this. They do writers retreats at DC Comics, Marvel Comics. They do this when they're dealing with a big universe. But this is totally putting the cart before the horse. Star Wars has been ground down at this point. And throwing people a curve with completely new characters and a completely new time period, when you have to basically, at this point, you're building from ground zero, this is probably not the way to go. This is not the way to go. Star Wars needs to go back to sleep for another 10 years.
Arthurian legends. Is this like Knights of the Round Table?
Yes.
Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway.
Broom kids of the broom closet.
And I'm not saying these are bad ideas, but
it just feels very corporate and very cold.
It doesn't. It does. It just. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't feel like there's passion behind it. It just feels like they're being.
It's a mandate.
They're being constructed to be popular, not because they're going to be popular, because it just resonates with people and it just happens to be really, really good that people love. It's like we're constructing it just like we saw with the Disney Star Wars trilogy.
It's a product, not a story.
That's exactly it. When they have the people talking and they have talking first that are VPs of this strategy and this of this brand and this franchise, it's product. It's not about love. It's not about story. It's about product. And thank God The Mandalorian doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, and I think season 2, I'm worried because now that Baby Yoda is making money, I think they're gonna milk that little bastard.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you're right. My only hope for this is the fact that some of the authors listed have written Star Wars books in the past that were good. So I'm hoping that because they're gonna take what these ideas, they're gonna make it feel like a good story, and they're gonna make it feel like not so corporate. And that is the only hope I have for this.
Yeah, it just feels fake. It just all feels fake. Disney's. I think that's the difference. Original Star Wars, it was George's story. It was organic. It was story first. And if I make some movies, I want to make some movies to tell my story. This is, we want to make movies to make money, and let's shoehorn a story in there too. But mostly it's about making money.
Yeah, even with the book series, like with Timothy Zahn and stuff, it was about story first. People really want to know what happens to these characters. Yeah. I care about these characters. It's about story. And I think what happened basically is just too much at this point. I think it got to be that it was just these book series here and there, and they all were together, and then that was eliminated. And now it just feels like they're just throwing all this stuff out at once, and it's almost like just too much.
Yeah, mark my words, there's going to be too much of this, and there will be pallets full of these High Republic books at Ollie's in another year or two.
Mm-hmm, probably. I agree with you. And Kathleen Kennedy, we've been saying it for a couple years now. We think she's going to be out the door next year anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know. Any other thoughts on this?
I don't know.
Hey, and bisexual men exist. That's trending.
Wait, why people think they don't?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just confused as to why people think that's not a thing. Okay, anyway,
we're going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching CLOWNFISH TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.